Hello everyone and welcome back to Tomohawk Talks Alopecia. Thank you all so much for supporting the last video. I really do appreciate it, and all the comment and feedback was amazing. So today we've got ourselves a new topic we're going to discuss, and today we are going to be talking about acceptance. Acceptance is a very difficult thing to achieve, and I think through my battle with alopecia I'm pretty much at acceptance stage right now. I've had mine for over 10 years now, and it has kind of been a struggle to get up to this point. I believe that having alopecia, like I've said before in many of my videos, I believe it's made me a stronger individual as a whole. Before having alopecia, I was very shy, lack of confidence, and when I first got my alopecia, it kind of knocked my confidence completely down to zero, and having to kind of rebuild myself from that point I think it has made me a stronger person. Acceptance is something which can't be achieved overnight. I believe you've got to have your trials and your tribulations, and you've got to work out how to be strong. It's kind of it's really difficult subject to talk about, and as well as you guys know with all these videos, none of it's scripted. It's all completely off the top of my head, off on my heart, or whatever you want to say. So I think what we kind of should discuss today is how acceptance can come about, and also using the acceptance for such a more broader spectrum, because I believe in today's society people are kind of very judgmental, and they will look at someone and instantly judge them and kind of, say, this person's that just because of how they look or how they are and stuff, which I think is really messed up. So acceptance is a difficult thing to achieve. For me, there's been certain ways in which has led to me kind of accepting my alopecia. I think kind of like one of the main aspects is very early on, after being diagnosed with alopecia, I did a year of treatment, and I was pretty much told it ain't coming back like that. And that kind of, when someone's saying that to you, you kind of give up hope in a sense, which is kind of a bad thing. But also it kind of led me down the road to kind of accepting, like, this is me, this is who I am. It's just a fact, I'm the same person, but obviously I haven't got hair and stuff. And that kind of set me down the road to thinking, this is you, Tom, this is you now. It ain't coming back, and I might as well just kind of get on with life, because some individuals, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong against this, and some individuals constantly out there looking for the cure, and that is fine. I've got so much respect for them people, and alopecia is one of those really kind of messed up illnesses that your hair could fall out and then it could come back straight away, or it could fall out and then never come back again, and it's kind of really messed up in that respect. So for me, I'm kind of happy in the state that I'm in, because I know it's not going to come back, so I know this is how I'm going to be and this is how I'm going to look, and I think that's a very important thing to getting towards, kind of acceptance of who I am. Finding the acceptance was difficult, and I've kind of put myself into certain situations to help me get over barriers to kind of accept it. One major barrier to kind of getting towards acceptance is kind of like putting yourself out there, as who you are. For me, that would involve going to busy places without a hat on. If I was ever trying to go on a date and stuff, if you like the person, you've got to kind of show the person who you really are. And for me, early days when I started with the whole dating thing, I used to cover up my head constantly, and then I totally keep all the questions away from, why do you wear hats and stuff. And with that comes down to confidence and stuff, and you've got to kind of be brave, and you've got to kind of show that person who you are, even though it's kind of very difficult. So for me, kind of like forcing myself into social situations where I didn't have my hat on, so I wasn't feeling as confident as I normally am without it. And then that's led me up to the point now where I can literally, I do gaming events, some of you might or may not know, and you know, the thought of me, say 5 years ago, walking around a huge event hall with, you know, up to, you know, 5,000-6,000 people walking around wanting pictures and autographs, and everyone looking at me without a hat on, and me feeling comfortable was completely like, that's never gonna happen. And kind of forcing myself into those situations of just like, come on, just be brave, just do it. And that's kind of helped me so much with kind of like accepting of, you know, who I am and stuff. And it sounds really messed up, but the way it's kind of helped me be a stronger person is literally by putting myself into situations where I know it's gonna make me feel uncomfortable and anxious and scared and stuff like that. And by doing that, it's kind of made me stronger. So now, to say if I was kind of like walking down the road and some wind blew and my hat fell off and there was loads of people around, I won't be like, oh no, everyone kind of see me. I'd just be like, oh, hat's falling off, kind of thing. As opposed to a couple of years ago, I'd have freaked out, I'd have panicked, I'd have probably run off and stuff like that. So for me, getting acceptance is basically how I've achieved it, is putting myself out there. And kind of another key aspect about acceptance, which I'll talk about in a minute, is talking to others with alopecia. So for me, acceptance has been putting myself into situations where it made me feel uncomfortable. Because you think about, if you can do something like that once and you can do it again, and that's going to build up your confidence and stuff like that. And as you guys know, I'm on the internet now, you know, like this and all the other stuff. So that's kind of made me accept my alopecia. Going on quickly, because I know I'm kind of rambling a bit here, but like I said before, it's not scripted. I'm trying to get across, you know, what, you know, my experience and stuff are. One of the best ways for acceptance is to speaking to others with alopecia, because speaking, as I've said before, and this is nothing against anyone else, but speaking to other people without it, they understand it to a certain degree, but people who've got alopecia or had alopecia themselves know exactly how you feel, what you're going through, that kind of like, yeah, this is like kind of that. So I would completely recommend to people out there who are kind of maybe new to having alopecia or maybe had it for a while, just talk to someone else with it, because it helps so much. They totally get it. They totally get it. And speaking to groups of other people with it, it just gives you such a confidence boost. The other week when I went to the Digital Kids event, I met 3 lads, and they were all very kind of young, I think from 10 and upwards, and they had alopecia. And seeing them at that age kind of like walking around with the hat off, being like, yeah, let's do this, and not caring, was just like, you know, I was just like, you know, that is just, I don't want to say inspirational, but I'm going to say inspirational for me. Like, if I couldn't honestly imagine having it at such a young age, and those guys just had such amazing confidence about them, and I was just there like, you know, they can do it, like anyone can do it. Like, the confidence was ridiculous, and it was just like, it's just such an amazing feeling. And like I said, I was speaking to them, and they were kind of like questioning me about stuff, but I think like just speaking to someone else, like we're all there, hats off, kind of just talking, people walking past, didn't really care, and just speaking to others is just like, it's just like the best thing. It just gives you that such a massive confidence boost, and after that you feel like you can honestly achieve anything. And when you see other people with it, you kind of think like, you know, everyone's the same, but everyone's just got, you know, everyone's the same, but you know, with us, like, we just got no hair, but we're still, you know, individuals, still human beings. This has got way too deep. Okay, I'm going to stop the video there, because I've probably been rambling for way too long. This has been, I might as well title this video, Tom Paws His Heart Out, or something like that. I hope some of you have found this kind of insightful and somewhat informative, but I highly doubt that. You're probably just thinking I've been listening to Tom ramble for, 10 minutes or so. But I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope this is kind of like my 2 cents on, acceptance and stuff. I'm not saying it's for where this is like, how you get acceptance, is just say how I found my kind of acceptance of it. Of course, everyone has, their off day and stuff, but as a whole, I believe I'm very, this is me. So, thank you very much for watching this video. If you do have any suggestions for any other kind of subjects you want me to discuss, then let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to hit me up on social media. I've got Twitter, Tomohawk1989, Instagram, Tomohawk1989. If you're an alopecia out there and you want to get in touch, contact me. There's my business email on there too. Get in touch if you want to know any of the subjects, and hit me up in the comment section as well. But big thank you for watching, and remember to stay strong, my fellow alopecians.